Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Reggie Winston. If this is your first time to the channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're coming back from some other videos, you've been rocking with me for a while, I just want to say welcome back. Here at this channel, man, together we make barbers better. And in this video, we're going to talk about doing this bald fade. I'm going to walk with you through this whole process of this fade before we go to the shampoo bowl. This customer is getting a bald fade, and we're going to give him a service called Beard of the Gods. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell notification, stay in tune. Those videos will be coming out. The shampoo, finishing up a fade, and the Beard of the Gods. As you see here, man, I'm going to start with my Wall Legend. It's a 1919, but I got a Legend blade and a blade slide on it. So it cuts a little closer and it has a longer fade range. I have it in a closed position. I started at the hairline, and I'm going to work my way all the way around, going under the occipital bone, right above the ear, not too high above the ear, and to the top of the C, or the bottom of the chair leg. I like to call that there. So I just clean it up a little bit. I did one pass all the way around. And again, always make this line here as straight as possible or as clean as possible. You don't want jaggedness in this line that you're putting in. This is your foundation. Make sure your foundation's good. Trying to clean up on the neck a little bit with this same clipper close. We will be making our way back around with a outliner blade. But yeah, I'm just trying to make this thing look really nice and even and clean all the way around. So you see there, I'm looking at my reference points at the hairline, trying to make sure my fade is balanced. I'm standing behind him in the mirror, looking at what he'll see in the mirror, spinning around. Everything looks pretty balanced to me. I did see a little spot there I want to touch up, so I just went ahead and touched that up really nice. All right, now I got the outliner blade on my detachable clipper. Cuts closer than a triple O. I want to get this thing nice and clean. I do like bald, but I don't like it where it hurts bald. I don't know if you have ever had a haircut where things seem like it hurts. If you have that, have had a haircut like that, put that in the comments. When they use the actual trimmer or edge up trimmer to bald it out, and that thing just like, man, it's got super bald and it kind of hurt. I don't like that. Anyway, I'm using this smooth blade. It's an outliner blade from Andis that you can put on detachable clippers. Save the life of your trimmers. Put this outliner blade on, get things bald, all right? And it's a whole lot more smooth than a trimmer. So you see, I'm just turning around, just making sure I got balance. I grabbed that 1919 with the Wall Legend blade on it. Wall, please make a cordless Legend. It's my favorite clipper. Anyway, open it up. I'm starting on the beard first. Go ahead and blend that in a little bit. I'm using the middle of the ear. Then I go up a little bit on to the first line I put in. And I'm going to go up about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to work that all the way around. 3/4 of an inch to an inch. You know, it can vary. And this is going to be like a medium high fade. Not a low fade, not just a strictly a medium fade with a tight blend. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch blend, but it's going to be medium to high. I'm using my reference points. I'm checking to make sure things are straight. I'm also going to make sure this line I put in is not jagged. This is on my second pass. I already went from one side of the hairline to the other side of the hairline, all the way around the head. Now I'm walking my way back. And you see I got a little jaggedness in there. It's okay. I can fix that. Perfect. Let's close it down just a tad bit and reduce the travel. Travel is our vertical strokes from down to up. We're not going to go as high with it closed down a little bit, and we're going to work in just in this section for now. Do it for good video purposes, so you can see me closing my blade down and just working in the zone. I just close it down a little bit more, and I reduce the travel. And I'm going to continue to close it down until I get back to close, all the way close. And I'm going to get that bottom line out. And here, man, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on. You can just kind of feather it around and get a feel for it. You don't have to beat somebody's head up, man. And I can admit, sometimes I get a little aggressive. I get a little heavy-handed, but you don't have to be that in every stroke. So already, man, this side is already getting faded out of that bottom line. Get back to this little side over here, sideburn. I like to go ahead and try to knock out the sideburns while I'm cutting so I don't have to go back and do it. Same technique, just reverse it. It fades up instead of fades down. All right, let's get around this occipital bone area, the back of his head. I close it down a little bit, reduce my travel. I'm gonna keep closing it down and reducing my travel. We'll move out to the side so you can see. Still a little small C stroke. Not just bumping the line. I'm trying to create a little graduation with it. Now continue to close it down, work side to side. Still at the back of the head. And I'm getting that bottom line out. I put that line in with the clipper close. I can get it out with the clipper close. But you do need to work your way down. And one thing you might not notice sometimes is I'm using my left thumb on his head to pull and stretch the scalp a little bit. You might not notice it, but please try to use that technique to help with your fades. Use that thumb to stretch the scalp. And never put the comb down. We're getting that taken care of. All right, let's go on and move around. All right. See the little fine detailing, little stuff I want to get before I move all the way around. But let's get it. All right. We're going to reduce. We're going to open our way up and reduce a little bit and do our strokes. I'm going through this pretty quickly, working just one pass at a time until I get down to the bottom. And what you didn't see with my left thumb is me adjusting the lever on the clipper. See a little dark area near that top line there. I know I did that with a no guard open, so I know I shouldn't go higher than that line with the lower level on my clipper. That's why I like working with these lines and putting this bottom line in there. As you see, this clipper open, and I'm gonna reduce it to about halfway, and then I'm gonna reduce it all the way to clipper close, and we'll have our beard, the line started for our beard, and we'll have the line in there for our actual haircut. The fade is already, the bottom line, the bottom level of the fade is already in there. Same with the beard. Cool. I just want to verify both sides are still balanced. When he look at it in the mirror, I want to be able to make sure that he see what I see and I see what he see, and everything looks good. We're going to do a 2 close against the grain on him. I kind of wish I'd have did a 1.5 against the grain at this point, but we're cool. But we're going to do this 2, and we're going to follow it up with a 1.5. And some areas we'll hit it with the 1. But this allows me, this is my first time ever cutting his hair. Cutting against the grain allows me to see what's going on. As you notice, he didn't come in with a whole head full of waves and he won't a waiver. So this really doesn't matter if you go with or against the grain on him. If a customer said they want you to go with the grain, you never cut their hair for the first time, educate them, let them know you can use a larger guard to see exactly which way their hair flows. Some people will claim that you cut the waves out. You really can't cut waves out against the grain with a large guard, in my opinion, from my experience. I'm going all the way around the head. I want to see if you have any undercurrents, see if there's any problem issues that we're going to have to go back and make adjustments for. And you see me cutting and combing. I start on the top of his head and I work my way all the way around. It's important that you learn systems, and systems help you be more efficient. Systems help you be more consistent as well. All right. So I had enough of that 2 close. I went ahead and grabbed, which is a 1.5 now. I'm going to go with the grain, just try to smooth this stuff down. I got a good understanding of the way his hair flowed, the whirl in his head, cowlicks up front. I'm working and like overlapping myself, just trying to make sure that I cut every piece and everything is even, there's nothing sticking up. Smoothing it with the grain. Smoothing it with the grain on a 1.5. I really only need to focus on the top of the head and just at the ridge because we're going to fade these sides. Don't get caught up in trying to smooth down the sides with a high guard if you're doing a fade. I'm just going ahead. I want to go through it and just to see what I see with this hair. Be straight honest with you. This is basically a waste of time with this guard on the side of his head. If you want to be more efficient with your time, don't even be concerned about smoothing on the side with a high guard. For video purposes, this is my first time cutting his hair. You get to see the work. Pay attention to the rhythm. Pay attention to just the flow and everything. And the system. It works. I'm in his whirl area. Here you have to be really careful. I always like to go against the grain with the large guard, like I said, so I can see it and I can see, get a better view of how this thing flow. I'm going to take that same 1.5 and I'm going to start the process of sculpting his beard. As you saw, I did a C stroke down and I'm going to come back up with it the opposite way and create a little C stroke there. Let's go ahead and taper his hairline. You see he got a peak right here in the hairline. Let's taper that down. So I went first with a 2 close against the grain. I'm gonna start tapering it with this 1.5 close against the grain. And then we're not going too far into the haircut. We're just going, about an inch beyond the line. I still got that 1.5 on. I'm gonna work my way around this parietal ridge. I did a 2 on top, so this 1.5 close is going to really blend in really well. And like I said, it was a 2 closed on top. 1.5 is going to be closed as well. We're going to work our way all the way around this haircut. Pay attention to the strokes. Pay attention to how far I go up. I'm putting slight pressure on one side of the clipper. The left side right now is kind of off the head. The right side is more on the head. That's going to help create graduation, especially with the flow of his hair. Cutting and combing, brushing and blending, whatever you're doing, whatever side you representing. Let's get it done, y'all. All right, we continue to come back around. This is a second pass with that 1.5 close. All the stuff I couldn't get on my first pass, I came back and got. I did see a little stuff, so I just wanted to run through it one more time. 2 passes is usually all you need. Let's go ahead and switch that out to that 1 open. We're going to reduce the travel. We're not going to go as high on the head. But we're going to do 2 passes and work our way all the way around. And if I'm not mistaken, we will be using this to taper down the hairline a little bit more. As you see, just like we're cutting grass, we're kind of overlapping the last section we cut. We're using that as a reference to know where to stop. I travel. I got all the way to the hairline. Keep that chair spinning. Keep working in one direction. The only thing is with this hair, it wraps. So you kind of have to cut it. Sometimes you have to stop going in one direction and cut it against the grain and go back in the direction. I finished that 1 pass with a 1 open almost. Well, it's 1 open for sure. I just finished that pass, that second pass. I seen a few pieces in the back that needed a little bit more attention. Let's close this thing down. Excuse me, before we close it down, let's taper out the front line. We've reduced the travel there as well. And what I like to do, why I like taping out the front line, it helps that hairline be more crispy and last longer so he don't have the lip. I know I did a 1.5 with the grain. This is that 1 open. I'm not going all the way to the middle of his head. I'm going kind of just in the front, and I'm even smoothing that down a little bit. You see me flip that clipper over and get that taper game back in there. Shout out to my man Wes James, hair clipper flipper. I'm applying, bro. You see me. That's that 1 open, 1 close. We're going to taper out that beard into that bald. Let's scoop that thing out this way too to help with the sculpting of it. He don't want a straight down beard. He want his beard to bloom out on the sides. 1 close. Let's start getting this line out. Started in the front hairline again. Notice the system. We start on 1 hairline, work our way all the way around the head. As one pass, we also reduced the travel, meaning our vertical stroke from down to up has been reduced. So we're not going too high up on the head with a lower guard than we already put in. This is fading down, and we're fading down to marry it to the section we put in first. Let's work our way back around this head. And I only comb just to get the hair to lay down for me so I can cut it better. See me flip that clipper over again. Let's move this thing with the grain on the sides. Remember, I did that 1.5. I told you it really wasn't necessary. This 1 is a much better choice on smoothing it down on the sides. We want this haircut to be smooth and well polished. That's why we're going to smooth it with the grain after we cut it against the grain. Up here in this little area near the hairline, I noticed there was a little bulkiness. So I wanted to smooth that down as well. Especially right up there in the front of the hairline in that corner. Let's go ahead and smooth this thing all the way down, all the way around the head, and really help this hair lay down. The better the better you do this part of the process, the better the haircut will become and the easier to finish it. Like I said, we're going to shampoo this after we put the fade in. The fade should be like 85 to 90% in there. When you come back from the shampoo bowl, you should just have to polish and edge up. And when I say polish, anything that's sticking up and any pieces and any dark areas in that fade. I said it before in another video. When you're polishing, you're looking for chocolate chips in the cookie, and you want to just get out the chocolate chips. You don't want to affect the whole cookie. You just want to get out those dark areas. You see, I just touched the beard again, worked on that beard, trying to help go ahead and blend that in. I do not want to have to come back and do this. I see a lot of barbers have that hard line in that beard and they have to come back and go through the guard systems again. While I have that guard on my clipper that one time, I want to go ahead and knock out all I can with that guard, especially right here on the side of the head where the fade is going to be. Still see a nice little line. That's still that one close. I just want to get a little bit out before I go to my next guard down. If you can guess it, please drop it in the comments and just let me know what guard is next and what position should that guard be in. But we fading down. We did a 2-on-2 close against the grain on top. Then we did a 1.5 close. Then we did a 1 open, 1 close. This is still the 1 close. What's next? If you said half guard, you are correct. This is the magic guard. This is the money guard. It's going to help get this fade in there, and it's going to get that bottom line out, and it's going to help marry the top with the bottom. So I really reduced my travel on this. I'm trying to be gentle when I cut it. I don't need to put a lot of pressure in it. I'm combing just to get the hair in the direction it's supposed to flow so I can cut against that direction and really, really put a nice fade in there. This fade is working out. Yes, you do see a line. We're going to get that out later. But like I said, it only needs to be about 85 to 90% in there before we go to the shampoo bowl. Like I said, I reduced the travel even more. We're just focusing now through that line area where we did a no guard open and a 1 guard close. We worked our way all the way to the front hairline on the other side of the head. Now that would be 1 pass. Now we're working our way back. All right. Let's get a little close up on that, man. As you see, I'm tagging those little dark areas. I'm putting a little bit more pressure on the right side of the blade than I am on the left side. That's kind of like it's almost a 2 teeth. It just kind of helps create a little more graduation than just putting the whole blade up there, and less graduation, or it cuts more hair than a 2 teeth system. It's just a touch, man. As you get more reps in, you'll get a better touch. I took that 1.5. I took the half guard off, and now I'm going in with no guard open. That was what the line was put in there. 2 teething and putting more pressure to one side of the blade. You can do the left. I like to do the right because the hair usually wraps counterclockwise, and using the right side and creating a little lift on the left allows me to create some graduation. But we're going in after these chocolate chips, And we're going to get this fade, like I said, about 90% done before we go to the shampoo bowl. When he come back from the shampoo bowl and I need to do some more work, I don't want him to have a lot of loose hair clippings on him. But yeah, man, it's looking really good. You see, I'm just stretching that skin still with that left thumb. And I'm really getting in there using the corner of my blade of my clipper to get out these lines. And I'm creating W's. I'm creating W's because all we do is win. If you can remember that, man, you're going to ace this part right here, man. Create W's, a faded scattered lines. If you create W's like you're drawing with a pen or a pencil, you will create scattered lines and you will chop up that fade and you will notch cut this fade into his head. So yeah, still stretching that skin with my left thumb and using the right side of my blade, creating W's. You don't create W's in the same spot. If you can't think of W's, just think of the heartbeat. We're creating a heartbeat. I don't know the exact technical term for it, but if you see a heartbeat drawn out or on a chart, that's what we're doing with our clippers right now. Up and down, side and to the left and right. Sorry about the focus here, man. I was focused, but the camera wasn't. But you still see the work I'm having to put in. I see a slight line right there when I just reduced the head. We'll get that a little bit later. But I'm pretty much happy right now with where I am with this fade. If I wasn't going to shampoo him, of course, I wouldn't leave that line in his head. But I'm about to shampoo him and get him right. This is Reggie Winston, man. Thank you for checking out this video. Together we make barbers better. Please consider subscribing because we have more of this coming. We have this might be a 3 or 4 part series. We're definitely gonna do the beard of the guys. We're gonna talk about the shampoo process and everything. I really appreciate you. Thanks for liking these videos. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for sharing these videos. We're growing. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers right now. I need your help, so please hit that subscribe button and please share this video. And if you got a barber friend or anybody that's a barber, considering being a barber, that want to learn some skills, so get their barbering to the next level, please send them my way and tell them to check out these videos. If there's a way I can make these videos better, holla at your boy. My name is Reggie Winston again. Hit me on IG, and I will see you in the next video.